Exhausting. Gosh damn. Scientists aren't the only people with ego problems, guys. The moment you think you're God and you think you can quantify God is the moment your ego is your problem. The moment they think they can quantify the universe with their mind is their God. That's their God. And if it's from somewhere in outer space, it's another God. You know, they invent gods in their heads. God's omniscient, omnipotent. Well, you can't invent that, right? You can't create that. And therefore, all creation comes from an omniscient, omnipotent essence, the origin of all things, like Judah Krishnamurti said, and not from a human brain. Human brain is merely basically entertainment for the soul, I guess. I'm just kidding around, but trying to put parameters on God. Now, the human brain, when you submit to faith in the glory of God, the human brain works really good. Okay? As far as the Christians trying to kill me, you had to have that carbon emission point. Yeah, the diesel engine running all night. The legs are kind of, I'll get out in the sun. Christians are trying to kill me. Okay, let's see. All the affordable extortion kills people with cancer, and all the extortion that doesn't kill people with cancer is not affordable. It's only affordable to the very wealthy. Okay, so who's the most evil murderer over necessities in a healthy environment in the world? Okay, is it Chevy or Tesla? You can afford a Chevy, can't afford a Tesla. You get a Chevy, you're gonna destroy the planet and cause cancer for your grandma. You get a Tesla, you don't give a fuck if your grandma lives or dies, she's a goddamn Christian. Okay, do you understand? Stupid bitch believes in God, not me. I believe you're an asshole, and I believe the Lord knows I'm unhappy. And I can't be myself when I'm with you. I sat this morning and had a long talk with Malcolm with his daughter's presence. Felt like fucking Whoopi Goldberg from fucking Ghost, right? And as always, prove it. Prove what? How much money do you have? I sat down before I got in the shower and went in here, you know. And Malcolm said to me, he goes, people spend their whole lives being something that they're not, trying to barter. You know how those liars, the heathens that kill Jesus and say Rabbi Whoopi understands the Messiah? The Israelite, the man that barters with God. God's omniscient, omnipotent. And you can't barter with the devil. Okay, the devil always takes. I want power. There is no such thing as human power. I want authority. There is no such thing as, quote, human authority. The reason why humans have authority to say that the coral snake can kill you is because God is the creation of the coral snake. Humility, bitch face. You know, so what Malcolm said was basically, you know, you spend your whole life trying to accommodate egomaniacs that you become that egomaniac. And you go around and all these great people that are helping you live your great existence. And you're not living the Lord's Prayer. And you're not living Islam. And you're not living Christianity. And you're not being a good Hindu. And you're not being a good Buddhist. You're not being a good Shinto. Because you have to justify your existence to a bunch of heathens that say they own the planet and they call it the fucking planet because that's what they do on it, right? Cuss. Yes, I cuss a lot. You know. Malcolm's not going to question Muhammad. Or we had those talks. Okay. Why are you girls so scared? Never mind. I'm okay. Yeah, I got it. I know you're not Elon Musk and you're not NASA, and I got you. I love you too. Okay. Time I see mom and dad and you, I just start to cry. Oh, yeah, what a strong couple. You know, Betty and Malcolm are one of the most beautiful couples in the history of the world, you know. Betty's like Pancha, you know, she wanted to stay home and be a mom. You know, that's what she wanted to do. That was her life ambition, okay, was being a mother. And she hated the shit that interrupted being a mother. But she always showed up with a happy face and a cordial face, and we have to do this until things are better for all mothers. You know, and it's like, God dang. You know, poor Betty. And they took her beautiful husband. That happened a lot. That happened with Fred Hampton's wife. You know, he was very strong. And one thing I hate more than anything is all you motherfuckers that want me to pray to your imagination for salvation because you don't have the courage of faith that I do. Well, if you just lay down and take the fuck for the buck, accept Jesus as God, and go to a magic place in my head, you'll be fine. Yeah, that's okay. Tell Gord Higley, Taft Benson, Elijah Muhammad, and Herbert Muhammad I said fuck off. If Wallace still alive, he said, yeah, I love my dad, but god damn, what an asshole. Okay, what an asshole. No, Wallace knew his dad was an asshole. Wallace was like, you're the true Muslim. You're the one who does this. You're the one with the courage of faith. Malcolm, it's you. The whole reason that this movement has any presence, has any standing, has any people that joined it. They joined this movement because of you, not because of him. Okay. When he started out, it was, the only thing that drew people to the Nation of Islam was Malcolm. And when the Nation of Islam killed Malcolm with FBI consent, they went right back to being Herbert and Elijah. And Wallace left to try to be the best Muslim he could be. And kudos to him. Not everybody's the Messiah. Not everybody's the Ark of the Covenant. Not everybody has a mind, okay, that is completely submitted to faith in the glory of God and the source of faith in the glory of God. Okay. So there's like Judy Krishnamurti, there's D.T. Suzuki, there's Sun Yat-sen, there's Haile Selassie, there's me. So we're a very small percentage of the populace. Because the people that want to eliminate our humility and replace it with their ego, okay, are, because you want to be the solution. Okay, they all want to be the solution. Another scientist will call you on your shit. It's like, is that motherfucker standing up for the Lord's Prayer? Okay, what do you give a fuck what's going on in space while you're destroying your own planet, while you're killing your grandma with carbon emission poisoning through extortion, exploitation, and economics in Denver, while you're gazing at the stars in a pristine environment? Okay? Fucking asshole. Muhammad said I get to be me. Okay? Earl, what? No, you be you. You're God's creation. Okay? And you get to be you. So be you. And this is me, being tortured systematically by people who's going through this and that and that. How do you know? Okay, my legs would look the way they do if one of you rich assholes had picked me up to move me to the mountains or to the ocean, and I didn't have carbon. I had a Tesla to drive around with my hot girl who gives me wonderful sexual comforting, and because period is very important to a man. You bet your ass it is. I don't even know if I'm too tired. I'm really too tired. And I know Amy's tired too. She's in Phoenix, right smack dab in the middle of carbon emission poisoning. And you guys are trying to kill her too because your scientific experts say, well, they deserve it. These people have bad brain activity. They will just try to have sex and die and have superficial lives and have sex and die and kill people to keep doing it so they don't have to feel or think. I like to feel or think. You don't feel, you just think. If you felt, you wouldn't think as much as you do because you'd want to blow your fucking head off. Pow! I'm a scientist. I know. And so, remember Judy told us about that. The whole reason we're in this fix is because of scientists. A Hindu scientist, a Muslim scientist, a Christian scientist. Do you understand? These people invent a religion in their head and turn it into their alter ego. And then their alter ego is going to take over the world with their science projects and make you assimilate to their science project and their alter ego. Do you know what the fuck you're dealing with? Some days are better than others. Give me a couple days, I'll get out in the sun today. The kids have to do this to pay the bills because we don't have it. Me and Buddy's son have talked about that. You know, if this was still necessary, King Solomon's Israel, that'd have a Tesla engine on it right now, and I'd be breathing fresh air all night long. Okay. So, my body tries to expel toxins rapidly. I don't worry about if they're gonna kill me or not. You know, I don't want to wait for life to be over. It's like, how do you know you're gonna wait? Okay. What if you're walking on a balcony in Memphis? Were you waiting for life to be over? Okay. What do you mean life is over? How do you know when life is over? Okay. What does the waiting? You know, that's just emotional content of a selfish person saying they want the best right now. Are you living the Lord's Prayer? Then you're never gonna live the best. If you want the best right now, then stand up for what is best. And if you can't do that, well, then sing songs that are emotional content that make a lot of money off of other people that are stuck in that emotional content, right? Okay, so, man, feisty. Yeah, I'm very feisty. And I understand if you find me ugly and unattractive, you won't stand up for the Lord's Prayer, and you think that your ego can supplant the beauty of the Lord's Prayer. So I find you unattractive, and yes, you make it real easy. Oh, God damn, that's an ugly, mean bitch. Right? Son of a bitch. I wouldn't fuck with your dick. Oh, well, that's different. You're a fucker. You'd fuck anybody with your dick, but not his. Why? Well, you don't want him to enjoy the fuck. You want to enjoy it. Oh, maybe he's like Hamburger and Popeye and shit. Okay. That's my dog. Smokey dog. You got weed. What you need. Y'all motherfuckers ain't shit. And, you know, you won't even do the world a favor by making yourself fertilizer, you know, so we have better crops. You embalm yourself, put yourself in a concrete slab for $10,000, and say, I'm gonna be raised from the dead and live with the God in my head as we walk among the earth with the other crazy motherfucking zombies. Yeah, hey cranberries, sing to them. So, you understand? So I'm gonna load this one up, shoot hoops for about another 5 or 10 minutes, and then we'll just keep going. I have to, my stop and eliminate abuse is not of my design, okay? Survive is of your design. Recover is also of your design. Because if you stand up for the Lord's Prayer, I wouldn't be surviving to recover. And I wouldn't be the focal point of stopping and eliminating you, abuse, right? Okay, so, quantum computing, so far it's not being used to share the beauty of the Lord's Prayer. So it's still in manipulation of you, so it works like shit. You understand it, right? Peace out.